Now a man who needs no introduction in this crowd because of who he's been and what he's done in politics. We're happy to introduce Tom Colantuono on behalf of Governor Chris Christie's campaign.
Thank you, Rich. Welcome to all you fellow conservatives, tax fighters. As Rich said, I'm Tom Colantuono. I live in Manchester now, but formerly I was a state senator from Londonderry, District 14. And some of you may remember back in the early 90s when I was a state senator, we passed one of the greatest reforms to benefit local taxpayers I think New Hampshire has ever seen. And that was Senate Bill 2. How many people remember Senate Bill 2 here? And how many people are benefiting from Senate Bill 2 now to have ballot voting on your budgets? And the reason I mention that is because I want you to know that when I go to look for a candidate that I want to support for an important office like the office of the presidency, I want a true conservative who is going to be a fighter for the interests of the taxpayers. And in this race, in 2016, I've looked around and I found that I want to support my friend, Governor Chris Christie from New Jersey. Governor Christie and I served together as U.S. attorneys under President George Bush in some very trying times right after 9/11. As a matter of fact, when you meet Governor Christie, you'll hear him tell the story about how he was appointed on September 10th of 2001. And the next day, 9/11, his wife was working in downtown Manhattan when the planes hit, and he had a hard time reaching her the rest of the day. He became U.S. Attorney in New Jersey and did a tremendous job not only fighting terrorism. You remember the Fort Dix 6 case, where he put those terrorists who were planning to attack Fort Dix into federal prison, but he fought corruption. He fought corporate fraud, and he fought violent crime in New Jersey, and he was an outstanding U.S. attorney. And because of the job he did as U.S. attorney, the voters of New Jersey looked to him for leadership. In one of the bluest of blue Democratic states, Chris Christie, as a conservative Republican, won the governorship by a landslide, and then he won re-election again by a landslide. And that means something to me because in order to win the presidency next time, we are going to have to win blue states. We can't win the presidency just by winning red states. So he's a proven leader, and he's a proven winner. I also like the fact that with Governor Christie, you can look at his record, and you can see what he's done in New Jersey for the benefit of the taxpayers and the people there. He's had 6 years of no new or higher taxes. His Democratic legislature has passed higher taxes, and he has vetoed every single one of them. And he's done that because he believes that government should be lean and trim. He has kept spending, discretionary spending in the state budget of New Jersey at the same levels it was in 2008. That's 7 years ago, folks. We can't say that here in New Hampshire, but he can say it in New Jersey. He's done sweeping pension reform to try to get a hold of the out-of-control pension system down in New Jersey. And again, that's something we're trying to do here, but we're having a hard time. He's gotten it done. He's cut the bureaucracy of the bloated state government in New Jersey by 8,500 jobs. Can you imagine what would happen if we did that here in New Hampshire? But he's done it in New Jersey. Because of what he's done in New Jersey, they've had private sector job growth of 200,000, almost 200,000 new jobs since he's been governor. We need that kind of job growth here, but we haven't been getting it because the Democratic governors we've had in New Hampshire haven't made that a priority. And he's done two other things that we've been trying to do in New Hampshire, in what is supposed to be at least a purple state with a Republican legislature, but he's done it in New Jersey. He's taken New Jersey out of the RGGI program, which is a ridiculous waste of money. And he has stopped New Jersey. He's taking New Jersey out of Common Core. We can't say that here in New Hampshire, but Governor Christie has done it in New Jersey. And finally, he's put true conservatives on the Supreme Court of New Jersey. Now, as a presidential candidate, he's the only candidate who's come out with a major policy address saying exactly how he will do entitlement reform. A lot of people talk about Social Security and Medicare. He's actually given a plan, and he's had the courage to come out and say how he will reform those systems to save them for the next generations. He will simplify the tax code like Ronald Reagan did. And he will rebuild our hollowed-out military. And it's a disgrace what this president is doing to our military. So I support Chris Christie, Governor Chris Christie, because I can trust him to do what's right to put this country back on the right track. I trust and support Governor Chris Christie because he's going to tell it like it is. And I support Governor Chris Christie because he'll once again make us proud to be an American. So please join me in this primary for next February or whenever the election's held in supporting Governor Chris Christie to be our next president of the United States. Thank you, folks.
Croc TV.